Hello, so we are going to walk you through the completion of the pledge form for 2025. If you have a blank form, it will look like this form. If you have a form that you've received in the mail or the envelope at church, yours will be already auto-populated with your name, your phone number, your email, your address, your envelope number, or your PAR number. If you have a blank form, you'll have to complete those details yourself. Also, on a form that you would have received that's personalized for you, would have a column beside the 2025 pledge that would be giving you your tithing year to date for 2024. And it will be broken down under church expenses, mission and service, capital improvement fund, and other, and your total. So you've got a good idea up until now where you are at with your tithing for 2024. As you prayerfully prepare for service on Sunday, which is Stewardship Sunday, Sunday, November 17th, we ask that you reflect on your year and where you are at with your pledge for Wesley-Knox for 2025. Some folks definitely may decide to have their tithing remain the same. And so basically you'll re-pledge what you completed for 2024. Some folks may decide to make an increase or a decrease based on your family's situation. So when we think about your pledge for church expenses, historically in the past, when people have asked us for guidance about that, we have given the analogy of when you think about your home budget, your rent or your mortgage is a big portion of your monthly financial commitment. So too, it's the same story is here at Wesley-Knox, that our church expenses, we encourage members to think about the majority of their funds supporting our church's expenses, because these are our greatest costs, like salary and the running of the building, keeping the lights on, and so on. Mission and service is the next column, and the next column is capital improvement fund. And the next row, rather, is other. And we've given you some examples of some things that you would consider that might be other things that you would want to support, or maybe are already supporting. Some of those would be like the growth fund, which has been up and running for probably about 5 or 6 years now, maybe a bit longer. And people put funds towards the growth fund that tends to finance special projects within the church. The adult choir fund is another group that people consider. The children and youth community choir fund, the community food assistance program, which is people know as the Tuesday chili group, handbells, the organ fund, youth group, family camp, and summer camp, just as some examples. And if there's something else that you would like to fund that is a special project for you, you're certainly welcome to put that into the other column as well. So when you're putting in your your pledge for 2025, this is the middle column. We want you to indicate what your frequency of that tithing is going to be, okay? I would say the majority of people indicate what their tithing is on a weekly basis, and some people tithe on a monthly basis, and there are some congregants who do provide their tithing on an annual basis once a year. It's important to think about how you want to do that so that it's clear and the numbers add up for you. Okay? So we have had somebody put, let's say for example, $1,000 under church expenses and then put weekly, when they really meant to put $1,000 monthly. So clarity is important, so that we don't have to follow up with you. Not that we don't mind doing that, but we will, but clarity is important when you're completing the documents. Okay, so as you look to your 2025 column, that pledge, we have talked about the categories that you want to consider, and so you can divide up your tithing amongst the categories that are important to you and are part of the stewardship that you want to participate in for Wesley-Knox. The last column is where you indicate your frequency of tithing. So is your dollar amount here going to be weekly, monthly, or annually? Okay, I would say the majority of people tend to tithe weekly. Some people tithe monthly, and some people just give a lump sum annually at the end of December. I think our treasurer would say to you, it's really nice to have things consistently coming throughout the calendar year, and that is why, as a church, we've really talked a lot about PAR over the last decade and have really been encouraging people to tithe on a monthly basis, and then it really facilitates predictability as far as our budget goes and what our income is monthly. Okay, and below here is a reminder that if you are on PAR presently, in your envelope that you've received, either the blank form or your personalized envelope will have a PAR change form included. And you must complete a PAR change form if you're making a change to your pledge for 2025. And it's pretty simple to complete the change form. It's a pretty brief document. If you've So you just need to put your name, the date, and your decision if you're going to be making an increase and what that increase is. And then the categories, as we've talked about here. Local is church expenses, mission and service, capital improvement, and other. Okay? And effective the month of January 2025. Or decreases if that's the plan for your PAR donation. Okay? And you need to sign it at the bottom.
And so just to point out that at the top there, we fill in the church name because this is a form that goes to our national church who manage the PAR form. The donor, that would be you filling this out, and then everything that Liz has said follows on from that.
Thank you. Good to clarify. Excellent. Okay. So that's the PAR change form. For those who currently have still been using envelopes and have made the decision that you want to move to PAR or pre-authorized remittance, this is the form that you will need to complete, and it will be contained in the envelope that you've received because you currently are an envelope user. So you will start off with your name on this line, your address, the city, province, postal code, your current email, your current envelope number, which will be on your pledge form, and the monthly gift amount that you will be tithing. So it's a monthly amount that you'll be putting in that line. The name of our church, Wesley-Knox United Church, and our address, which is 91 Askin Street. And if you leave that blank, we can fill that in for you easily enough. Like we have talked about with your pledge form, you can indicate the division between local church, mission and service, and other, and you do need to include that. If it's left blank, we will be reaching out to you to get that clarified. You will need to include a void check, and most people have done that with some kind of banking or business initiatives in the past, so that shouldn't be too novel for most folks, okay? And you would be starting that for January 2025. And you will put your signature and the current date. You can use Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and your card number will need to be included. Your name as it's shown on the card is important. So, for example, if your middle name is starts with an O and that's what's on your card, just put the O. But if your full name is on your card, you need to put your full name. Your expiry, you need to sign it and date it. Okay? And that will be processed. Okay. And at the bottom, people will be signing their pledge for 2025. On the back of your pledge form, you will see other components of stewardship that are equally important to us here at the church. And there's a list of groups that folks may want to consider participating in. They may already be participating in them. So we have two columns, one where you're currently involved or would like to join. And even if you want to hear more about it, you can also put that in here. So you may sort of say, I'm not ready to join, but I'd like someone to reach out to me about this project or this committee or this work, and I'd like to hear more about it. And that would be just terrific if you indicate that. So you're going to tick off anything that you're currently involved with, because it's really a good reminder to us, and it's good evidence of all the active volunteerism that's going on around Wesley-Knox, because we know that many, many people are involved in more than one thing, and it's a good reminder of and a good tally of what everyone's committed to. Okay. Please come prepared to have this be part of our service on November 17th. Following the sermon, we will be having a commitment time that's part of worship where we prayerfully commit our pledges for 2025. And folks have talked about it being a really meaningful experience to be part of the congregation and coming forward and committing our time and our finances towards supporting the church for the coming year. And it can feel exciting and a warm experience. So we really look forward to seeing everyone on Sunday, November 17th. Thank you.